The passage for today is from Mark chapter 6. And before we go into that passage just a little bit here, know that the reason behind having each one of these is to give you a little bit of an area so that you can go back and study. So you can dive further into the Word as you head out into the world. So this passage is actually Jesus sending His disciples out two by two. Before we send everyone out two by two, let me ask you a question. What is it that motivates you? See, today's lesson is around motivation. So some of us are motivated by wealth. Some of us are motivated by the money that we make, our job title. Some of us are motivated by the house that we have or the car that we drive. Many times it's what the world pushes us to be motivated by, as opposed to what, once again, God's Word pushes us to be motivated by. The entire passage here where Jesus sends the disciples out two by two, He is first going village to village on His own, and He is bringing the disciples along with Him. And He is sending the disciples out two by two and giving them the power to deal with the things that they have to deal with. So in your life or my life, it could be a tough person, it could be a boss, it could be a difficult job or a school situation, it could be anxiety, worry, doubt, whatever it may be. But what He does here is something a little bit different. He sends them out two by two. Jesus never intended for us to do this alone. He never intended for us to be by ourselves. He's motivating each one of us to have someone alongside of us, which is the exact focus of this book. As we love others, we need to take someone with us to help us to love others. This passage from Mark is writing to the Romans, and he writes things very short and to the point. He says things very directly. And the words he's sharing here today are supported from Deuteronomy chapter 19, verse 15. It's so important to have two witnesses together. Ecclesiastes 4, verses 9 through 12 also talk about the power that there is when we have two people alongside of one another. So as you follow the words of Jesus and as you follow the instructions that Mark gives us, know this: there is so much more strength in numbers, and that is why we head out two by two. That is what will help us stay motivated in this journey.